Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting review. Thanks for watching. This time with another naturtrübes beer from Oberfranken. This one is from Brauerei Höhn, located in the town Memmelsdorf, and it's the only beer from this brewery. It's one that I'm looking forward to a lot for many reasons. Very small brewery, which is something that I like really much, and the beer itself also seems very interesting. I also like, of course, the look of the label really much, and it comes in this Bügelverschluss. It's the only beer from this brewery that as I said, and it's two beers from this town, Memmelsdorf. The other one is Dreikronen Memmelsdorf, and I reviewed that one before. But here you see one first look of the label. Great looking label in my opinion. Görchla is the name of the beer according to this brewery. That's what they call it. It's a naturtrüb, but I don't know if it's pale or dunkel or something in between, but we'll find that out. Here's the logo also of the brewery, the sun right here. I'm going to give you some history about this brewery, which I've been finding from the website, which I'll link to in the description box below as always. 225 years of tradition and family ownership. We, Georg and Birgit Höhn, were young parents in 1989 when Billy and Adelheid Höhn took over the brewery and now the seventh generation in family business. The first years after the handover were shaped by both generations. On the one hand, our parents wanted to run the economy as it always was. On the other hand, we boys wanted to develop our own style and offer something new. Since the takeover, more and more things have changed without neglecting the old good traditions. It is always our aim to adapt the offer with growing demands of our guests. We always develop new ideas with a lot of joy and fun. The eighth generation is currently preparing for a successful continuation. Our son Sebastian learned the art of a refined cuisine from the star chef Alexander Hermann and expanded his knowledge in top kitchens near Stuttgart and Würzburg. From September 2011 to July 2013 he completed his apprenticeship as a brewer and maltster in the family-run brewery Dühl in Krautheim in Lower Franconia, which he completed with top marks. In between, he was already at home and had a new dish or dessert included in our daily menu. After his exam, he concentrated entirely on our business and supported our chefs in familiarizing them with new kitchen appliances. From September 2013, Sebastian cooked for 7 months in a renowned house with excellent cuisine on the Anschensee. There he expanded his cooking skills again before he went back to school in September 2014 and took his Master Chef examination in January 2015 at the Koblenz Chamber of Commerce. Now our son has also arrived in our family business and is already taking a lot of responsibility off our shoulders in the position of chef. As a trained hotel manager, daughter Lisa has already gained 1.5 years of experience in first-class service and at the reception of Austria's top hotel industry, and deepened her English skills in a London Relays and Chateau hotel for 5 months. From September 2010 to July 2012, she completed further training to become a hotel manager at the Pegnitz Hotel Management School, which she completed with great success. Lisa has been at home since August 2012 and is strengthening our team in all areas in order to get know the company from scratch. Many small decisions are already made by her hand. As with every generation change, new things are introduced. The big changes will, however, still be discussed together. As a family business, we are on good hand and safe path and look forward to the future. Our Braumanufaktur, where the beer is still handcrafted like all generations before, because this historical way of working cannot be compared with technology in today's breweries. With our Braumanufaktur, we have maintained the tradition that no longer exists in this way in Franconia. Even the recipe for the Görchla beer has always been passed from father to son for generations. It is natural, cloudy, unfiltered country beer with hops and malt from controlled cultivation, with an original wort content of 12.8% and alcohol content of 4.9%. It is stored for at least 8 weeks before it is served in our brewery inn or sold in swing top bottles. Outside of our inn, it is only served in our Keller beer in summer. Early in the morning, a fire crackles in Georg Höhn's brewery, a fire that promises pure enjoyment. He needs a ton of firewood to heat his brew kettle to the right temperature. After all, a very special beer is to be created here, the Görchla beer, named after the master brewer himself. Bridal day, that's something very special for the landlord from Memmelsdorf. He treats himself to this pleasure only once a month. Georg Höhn sees it as such, as even if working in the small historic brewery is one thing above all, it makes you sweat. But the latest the Sax malt are delivered, the trained brewmaster's fingers begin to itch. For me, brewing is more or less a day. There I am myself alone with my thoughts, so I don't want a phone call through and wait. This is my day, he enthuses. Here's recipe straightforward and production method. It's traditional. For this naturally cloudy Görchla beer needs 600 kilos of barrel malt and 25 kilos of Karaminch, type of malt that makes the beer amber. He grinds the grain himself. This is what old craft tradition wants. Between the mashed tun and brewing pan, Georg Höhn finally works up a sweat. Everything revolves around the right temperature, the exact mixing ratios and exact amount of water, but the effort is worth it, and it makes the brewer proud. That's the difference between us small brewers. It's still pure craftsmanship. In the big brewers, those with their white coats stand in the brewhouse, press the button once, and then the brew takes place, says Georg Höhn. Such a production method would be out of question for himself. After all, he discovered his passion for the Görchla beer at an early age. He was already in the brewery with his father, Willy, at age of 5, and is now the 7th generation of producing the tried and tasted barley juice. The homebrewed beer is not so easy to buy from the drinks dealer next door. The Görchla beer is only available at the Höhn's family inn. Nothing has changed since 1783. After a week of ripening, it takes 6 to 8 weeks until it is ready, the Görchla. Then the guest can enjoy it in different forms, as a cool refreshment in a glass, but also the main ingredient of a delicious sauce for steak. And from the Beer Wanderers website, I can read the following. Annual output 500 hectoliters, Hauptstraße 11 in Memmelsdorf. Founded 1783 and brewing still being done by Höhn. This enterprising brewery has a large restaurant and also offers good value rooms. It has a bright interior, and though slightly kitschy, it thoughtfully decorated. It was warm and welcoming at Christmas. We had snacked a bit Christmas market, so we only were there for a quick beer, but meals coming out looked very good. I had their taste the Görchla bock, and my wife opted for their everyday beer, Görchla. Both were very well poured, and service was very good and friendly. The beers themselves might not be up there with others in the region, but this is a region full of amazing beer. We had gladly finally make it here, and wouldn't hesitate to return one day. And the Görchla, we can read the following. Brewery, Höhn, Town, Memmelsdorf, style color, color unfiltered golden, head rocky creamy, nose slightly grain, body medium soft, palate balanced, grainy, finish bitter sweet, served on tap at the brewery. Impression, I probably made the mistake of having this after the bock. Actually, there wasn't much time, so we ordered one of each, but still tried the bock first, since it was winter and wasn't sure if I had the chance to have it on tap again. They had similar palates, but the bock was understandably bolder and more flavorful. I had the Görchla later in the summer at the Keller and thought it was better. Expectations and setting can have those effects on the perception. And of course I'm gonna read through the information that I'm having in my books. For example, this book right here, and here you see Brauerei Höhn, and the information is brewer Georg Höhn, founded 1783, Memmelsdorf. Görchla, hefetrübes, unfiltriertes Landbier. Ausschank nur in der eigenen Gaststätte. Seasonal one is in winter Görchla Bock, 350 hectoliters, Brauerei Gasthof. And also my other book, of course, which I'm always showing you, that is this one right here. And you see the Brauerei Gasthof Höhn, hopefully. Hotel Brauerei Gasthof Höhn, Georg Höhn, 500 hectoliters 1783 Memmelsdorf. Bekannt aus Funk und Fernsehen. Das sind die Höhns spätestens seit dem Fernsehen in der Sendung La Vita geduldig begleitete damals ein Reporterteam der Brauer bei seiner Arbeit, und das bedeutet hier auch noch selbst schrotten und selbst im Holz befeuern. Das vollmundische Ergebnis, Görchla genannt, gehört auf jeden Fall zu den Spezialitäten des Hauses, ebenso wie der hauseigene Bierbrand und natürlich die vom Bier geprägte Küche. Hier ist Georg Höhn noch selbst am Werkeln, ein Mecker für den fränkischen Feinschmecker. Neu und trotzdem alt. Erst 1960 erbaut, kann der Brauerei Gasthof doch auf eine vielhundertjährige Geschichte zurückblicken. Die Höhns kamen 1783 ins Spiel, als sie der Bamberger Brauerei Käsmann das Anwesen abkaufen und begannen, die Memmelsdorfer zu verwöhnen. Seitdem hat sich vor allem in der Brauerei nicht viel geändert. Georg Höhn setzt auf die traditionelle Herstellung mit Holzfeuer und Eichschwimmer, was dem Hausbier einen eigenen Charakter verleiht. Sohn Sebastian steht in der Küche am Herd, während Ehefrau Birgit Höhn und Tochter Lisa der Hotelgäste umsorgen. Aus der Küche kommen neben den regionalen Küchenklassikern auch Wildpfefferlinge und Spargel. Ausflüger können auch den 5 Minuten entfernten Höhnkeller besuchen, der seit kurzem wieder in Familienhand ist, oder aber Brauer Georg im Nostalgiebus auf Biersafari gehen. Hotel Brauerei Gasthof Höhn, Görchla Bier, Naturtrüb. That's the information that I'm having about this one. And of course, well, let's look at the label. This very good looking label in my opinion. Hopefully you have the same opinion about it. It's a top label right here, and I'm gonna read through the information. Of course, Tradition auf dem Lande seit 1783, Görchla Naturtrüb. Zutaten: Wasser, Gerstenmalz, Hopfen, gebraut nach dem bayerischen Reinheitsgebot von 1516. Seit 1783 im Familienbesitz. Brauerei Gasthof Höhn. And here is the link to the brewer's website also, which I'll link to in the description box below, of course. Brauerei Gasthof Höhn, 96117 Memmelsdorf, and telephone number. Brauerei Höhn, Memmelsdorf. Alcohol content 4.8%, gebraut mit Hopfen und heimischen Gerstenmalz aus kontrolliertem Anbau. Yeah, that's the information. And a nice family weapon here also, of course, which is very, very nice. So, let's plop this bottle up, should we? With the Bügelverschluss. Very, very loud plop. That's showing that it's fresh. That's a good quality sign, of course, and also it's a positive sign, of course, since it's keeping the beer at the fresh in a special way. So, taking a look at its appearance in the glass, you see the very thick white foam crown, which is very important to build up and maintain all the way through this, as I said every time. And of course, the very, very amber color, which not is cloudy in any way, in my opinion, but still very, very cloudy, and of course very many bubbles, as you hopefully can see in this thick white foam crown and the very, very amber color of it. All in all, creating this much foam is, of course, as I used to say, a very big quality sign. So let's get the aroma. That is very, very nice. Very fresh and pleasant malt Kelbier aroma of it, which is extremely much Franconia, in my opinion. As I used to say, this Killer beer is probably my favorite beer style at the moment. So this one is, of course, really high quality. I can promise you that. And I can take a look at this great looking label meanwhile, which is, in my opinion, fantastic. We'll pour up some more, of course, like that. So we have quite much left in the bottle, but this one doesn't this look really perfect. You know that the beer should be up to this mark right here, but only the foam is really showing quality. And also it's important to build up, since you release the right tastes with pouring it up in this way. Also you keep the foam all the way through. It helps the right taste to be kept into the glass. That's what I've heard, at least. So this one is something that I've been looking forward to a lot, of course. Yeah, looking really nice, isn't it? There we have it. And there we have it. Let's try it. The Brauerei Höhn, Görchla, Memmelsdorf. Prost. Of course, it's something very special. If you have a kettle beer and you don't have this typical unfiltered freshness from the kettle beer, but more a little bit of the I would say bock taste of it. That's not how I would describe it. And yeah, it's quite dark malty in a special way comparing to a normal kettle beer. And all in all, it's very special in taste. In my opinion, very rich in taste. So it's actually something that I never had before, as I could remember. Tastes very special in many ways, which is very interesting, because this was also the expectations I had reading about how it's brewed and so on. So it doesn't disappoint at all. That's what's interesting. It's very red amber color, since it's not a rot beer at all. It's just their own one with a known beer style that no other brewer is having. So that's very interesting. Yeah, real nice. Of course, as you can see, really easy to drink. And yeah, that's the Brauerei Gasthof Höhn and the Görchla. With that said, hope you like my reviews, that you continue to follow my channel for more interesting Franconia beer reviews, and see you again in next Franconia beer review.